Hi everyone, I am Karthik Kumaran. I am a Pega certified lead system architect having 10 plus years of experience in IT domain, specifically in Pega. I would like to share few information from Pega and so that you can think about the use cases, you can think about how Pega can fit with my business process and so on. So I would like to share few info in this session and I'll go with the PPT slide format. So the first thing is transforming business with Pega, low code AI and future ready solutions, right? So Pega is more tightly coupled with it, I would say. Like AI is not something when ChatGPT came into limelight, so everyone talks about AI. That's not the case. We have been using AI for years, more than a decade. Okay. So disclaimer, yes, if you're looking for a Pega content genuinely, or if you're looking to become a Pega professional, I would suggest that you enroll to the pega.com, like academy.pega.com, and finish your system architect course. Then you can explore the other videos and courses. My information or videos which will come out from this channel will be helpful for you to gain further understanding, or we deep dive some topic, or we think a use case and how better we can implement it. So these are all the things which I'll be able to share. But if you're looking for the pretty much basics, I would suggest you go to pega.com. Okay, now Pega, what it can do for us. Every human being thinks what it can do for me, right? So what Pega can do for you is it will help you to automate the business process. For example, if you have a process, definitely the Pega is the right fit for you. So because the process will be automated with the help of a software tool Pega, which means that let's consider a ticket booking system or any system, right? The user journey is like you take a mobile, you log into a site and you book a ticket and you watch it and come back, and there are promotional hours. This is a life cycle, right? Similarly, this cycle can be automated and this cycle application can be developed using Pega. So that's how we call like any process can be automated. And what are the key features in it? That's the main part, because every application developed, right? Most of the applications are Java based, but Pega, when you come, Pega is built on Java, but we have abstracted, we have capsulated few functionalities and given as a drag and drop functionality, which means business users can use this directly. We have App Studio. If you have a business requirement, you will be able to use the same terminology and you will be able to make or build an application which can work for your business. And that's the goal. So it's a low code. You don't need to know about Java, C, or so and so. You just need to know what's your business and you'll be able to build it. And second is AI and automation. Yes. Pega has been using the AI for a long decade ago, as I mentioned, in form of customer decision hub, in the form of agents, or so many factors here. And the case management, yes, we talked about the life cycle, right? If a process is there that can be automated, and if it qualifies to be a life cycle event, then we can define a case type for it. And I'll explain about it in the further slides. And omnichannel experience. What do you mean omnichannel experience? For example, you are logging to a website in a laptop, and you have tried to book a movie ticket and the movie you have selected, suddenly the laptop gets powered off. Then you are taking your mobile and you are opening the same app. Then again you should search for a movie and again you should try filling your details. Then it's a bad experience. It's not an omnichannel experience. So what we call omnichannel experience is whichever the platform, whichever the channel, whichever the way it is, we'll be able to know and we'll be able to deliver a better positive experience. We'll be able to resume from where you left. If you can give that experience, that's omnichannel experience, and Pega is built for omnichannel experience. Scalability. So let's say that you start with a small project, like basically you have your user base of hundreds, but within a year, your user base grows up to 1,000. Your software should be able to scale. Your software should be able to withstand that. For sure, Pega is already doing it for a lot of customers, and it is able to scale in a number of times. Okay. Now look at what it means to me. So as I explained, so it means a lot, because you don't need to know about the functionalities or how the programming language works or what all the errors I need to debug, so and so. It just takes the complexity away of programming. Basically, you are given a freedom to build whatever you imagine. So that's all it means. And I've just given a small comparison here. If you are a folk from a software development field, if you are good at front and back end, definitely this would have striked. Every application, most of the application, I would say that will follow a pattern which is called model view controller. Controller is basically which acts and it supports as a main person, right? And I would like to compare this MVC model and how in Pega it fits over. And if you see, if you would have known that view, I'll start with whichever is easier for us, right? So view is nothing but you are able to something view, right? Which is nothing but an particular portion of code which will help you to display the information. Just think about it. It will help you to display the information. Model, what do you build? Like the first word you come across is data model, right? For example, if you have database and you have business logic stored in a certain procedure, that's called the model. And what do you mean by controller? So this is the interface, or this is the interface which will help you to gain the data and display the data. So controller is the main component here. And you take any technology, I'll try to give another example by comparing what is model, view and controller. But in short, controller is able to fetch the data from model and push the data to view to display on a website. This is how it works. And if you come to Pega model, so it's similar. It's kind of similar, but it is more user friendly. Just watch out. So UI, you don't need to build an HTML page or JavaScript, nothing. In App Studio, you have a drag and drop functionality and you will be able to design a business required interface in a fantastic way. Right now we have a Constellation, that's another topic, but you have App Studio and you have a drag and drop functionality to build a UI. You don't need a CSS specialist, you don't need a HTML, or you don't need any front-end expert. And when I come to model, right, the case, like basically the case I would compare, like basically the case lifecycle I would compare, how, like what are the business process present. And controller, when I say you basically you have the, in Pega you have business rules in terms of it. For example, you call it as decisioning engine. So it's responsible for getting the data from the user and make a decision and get back the information to the user with what all the required details. So this is not a straight to forward comparison, but this is how you can imagine how Pega has been compared to the traditional development. You have a model view controller. In Pega also we have a similar fashion, but in a different business friendly way. We have a case type. From case type you take the business input. From the business input you process within the backend. This is nothing but a database, and you just spit out the result. Okay. Now, so yeah, this is a straightforward comparison of loan approval process. For example, I would go with MVC, you would have known, right? You will create a servlet, like the servlet has the information about the login information, and once you log, then you get the details about what are the loans your company is providing from the model, and from the model you got it, then you have to display certain information that you will use it, the CSS or HTML or whatever the technology it is. But in Pega, you define a case. What do you make case? It's a life cycle, right? So basically you define, okay, this is my first step in the business process. I collect the data and post it, I submit for a review, and it gets approved and the case is closed. Then I'll be able to completely audit what happened to my case. So basically you have the full track of what happened in the business process of the data. So, and Pega UI is built on drag and drop, which I said App Studio, and decisioning rules, right? In traditional development, you might have to look at the database, what are the values configured, and to update directly by the business people, it's going to be complex. But in Pega, business people can directly update the values whenever they want, because it's Pega is built for change. You will be able to update and you will be able to do most of the functionalities. Okay, now you might have got understanding of Pega what it does, right? But is it right for me? If that's a question, I have taken a pega.com/industries site for reference here. I would like to go, it's a Pega website, and you can monitor that there are so many industries, so many across financial, across insurance, communications, n number of industry. Whichever the industry you refer, there will be a use case and it can be automated, and Pega will be the right fit for that. Now, solutions are products. There are multiple products emerged around the time, and I would say Pega platform is a basic vanilla flavor where you have a low code platform, and it helps you to achieve the business process. Pega CRM, if your requirement is something like customer relationship management, yes, we have a dedicated customer service framework which will help you to handle the call center calls or whatever the requirements, right? For example, you have a sales service and you want to push some offer, whatever it is, CRM is able to do it. And Pega AI decisioning, this is the core part, right? We have the customer decisioning hub. You know about a customer, you know when to reach out to customer, you know when to remind a customer, you know what to speak to a customer, and everything has been, there is a customer, we call it as a customer brain in Pega terms. So we know what the data points are, and we have machine learning models which can determine the propensity, which means that whether they will be able to take this offer or not. So there are so many AI based work have been happening under the hood, which is Pega AI industry, which is Pega CDH. And next is robotic process automation. This is similar to the tool available in the market, where if you have multiple applications, you just program these applications and give the path, and it will do it for you. And sales automation, yes. And with respect to sales automation, you will be able to configure the structure of your business, and you will be able to coach your managers from the business manager perspective, and so much so. So we have a framework, we have an industry experience, we have a framework for it. So next, banking sector, right? So let's take that a bank which has been using the loan approval process, and it takes weeks or months. Consider you need to get a data from a customer, and post that you need to submit to the credit testing engine, and post that internal employee verifies it, checks the pay slip, and so and so. And if it's a manual process, it's going to take weeks. But consider if all has been automated, a straight through processing has been happening, how fast it will be and how the customer experience will be. At the same time, the business also will gain the benefit immediately. And that's what Pega has been used in the banking sectors, where it automates the loan approval process. And if AI has been additionally added, then definitely what the customer thinks, what kind of offer I can roll out, how I can retain the customer, and what marketing I need to do. So all these things have been injected in the software platform. And yeah, I just given the outcome, like basically you will have a more faster approvals and reduce the operational costs, because you are going to reduce the number of people going to work for. And with respect to software also, compared to a traditional programming, you don't need a larger team to build an application. You need a small team which consists of a lead system architect and few system architects and business architects. So now this is the thing, right? So from banking sector, we have an example. Go to the next slide. I would like to give a demo on Pega GenAI. I'll explain you what GenAI, and you can watch the demo in the back, right? So basically it goes to a site and it takes me to a platform here, and it asks me that what kind of application I want to build. I select banking and I just click on next and select sub industry. Yes, I just want to see for retail banking, and post that what I do is I select what's the process, lending process, and what is the application purpose. It's going to be a retail loan origination platform, and I just say my organization. For now it's KK, and I select my location as India. So basically I would like to see what blueprint from Pega does for me. That's it. I just clicked on next, and Pega is trying to build a blueprint for me. Yes, here it is. So I have a home loan originations, unsecured retail loan, secure retail loan. There are multiple. I just select the home loan application and see what's the case life cycle looks like. Here you go. So you have a list of steps and process already built for you. Basically you have built the case life cycle. It has built the case data model, and it has built what are all the process and what are all the personas it can use for me, and so much and so. Basically I have the data objects ready, and these are the personas ready for me. Well, who is my operators, the end users, what kind of personas I need to build. And you have a whole high level idea about the application completely here. So you can take a printout of this and discuss with your business, and make sure you edit this process and your application skeleton is ready. So basically it's giving you the blueprint for your new application. So in a seconds, it uses the AI model and tries to figure out what can work for you, and it gives you the whole process. And I just give the preview here. So in the preview you can see how your application looks like, right? You didn't build an application, but it just gives you the preview how it will look in Pega. So this is the desktop view of it. In desktop view I could see the collect applicant information and the details over there. I just click on submit, then it goes to borrower's information. So basically the buttons have been active. In mobile, this is how it looks. And yeah, I go to this, basically the website, how it goes, and if it is a CSR, customer service representative, it's making a call. This is how the customer 360 is going to look like. And this is my dashboard for the CSRs, and conversational channel. For example, if you are embedding a chatbot in your website, then how it works. And these are the DX APIs, digital experience APIs. If you want to give this API to a front-end if you want to give it to a front-end team or anyone, then that's how it works. Or you can give it to a third party. Okay, so I can take a print, and that's where it goes. So basically I have the full details about what it can do for me. So that's all about the small blueprint demo which I have shown you. Definitely this will give you some insight about how easy it is from a business perspective to build an Pega application, because this blueprint gives me the case lifecycle, right? So that's what I require. This is from Pega.com, basically like from Commonwealth Bank of Australia. So they are delivering 50 million conversations. Basically, there are 50 million conversations happening in a bank to a customer, which means that there are a lot of offers being pushed, and they know that which offer is likely to be clicked by customer, and the customer experience has been positive. So this you can refer it from the Pega.com website itself. I just gave you as an sample so that you can read through it. And next thing is Pega, basically built for change, right? These are all the things which we already discussed in the first slide. So I'll not repeat it over here. At the end, basically, you have the power to change your business process. If you are a digital transformation expert, then definitely you should have a hands-on in this Pega tool so that you gain what it can yield for you and your journey to learn Pega. So this is an important slide in this whole journey. Basically, if you are a student or if you are a IT professional, if you want to learn Pega, or if you are a business person, if you want to learn Pega, then there are different kind of journeys you can begin. If you want to be in technical way, then you should choose, you become a system architect, then you become a certified senior system architect, then you become a lead system architect. So there are 3 levels in technical role. And there is another role, which is business architect. Similarly, you become a senior business architect by completing certification. And there is one more role which is evolving and which is pretty much in demand, is a lead decisioning architect. Basically, you complete the decisioning architect certification and you complete your data scientist and you undergo an interview from Pega and you'll become a lead decisioning architect. So these are the pathways available from Pega perspective. If you're looking for a Pega based career, then I would suggest that you start with certified system architect and go to academy.pega.com, or whatever the website you think that. I would suggest that you go to pega.com or academy.pega.com and enroll for certified system architect exam. Then you will be able to gain the understanding of how Pega applications are built. Then for sure you'll be able to build your knowledge upon that. Thank you everyone for watching the video. I have a plan to share a similar kind of insights or some more deep insights by presenting the use cases, and this is how this has been built, and you can solve the problem in this way in Pega, and so much articles. Not only in Pega, I have a plan to explore the AI path as well. So for sure, whichever I have gained an experience, I feel that this can be shared. I'll try to make a video presentation about that. And if you want to follow, please subscribe this channel so that you get the required information in a timely manner. Please drop a comment and share the video. Thank you. Meet you next time.